Good morning! Have you ever gotten a new toy and you were just so amazed you had never seen anything like it? Well, this song is all about a child receiving a new toy and they're just so amazed. And I'm going to need your help with this one. You need to come up with 3 movements. 1 for zip, 1 for bop, and 1 for whir. Whatever movements you want to do. But again, you need zip, bop, and whir. And it could be something simple because it's going to go fast. For example, I'm going to clap my hands on zip, I'm going to bop, I'm going to hit my hands together, and whir, I'm going to rub them. And it's going to go something like this. It went zip when it moved, and bop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. Now, every time we get to that part of the song, it's going to be the same. That's called our refrain. Re, R-E, being the prefix for something we do again, something we've done before, like recycle or reuse. In music, the refrain is the part of the song that we use again and again and again with the same music and the same words. Now, in case you didn't hear it, the words are, it went zip when it moved, and bop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess it never will. Now I'm going to sing a line. Can you sing it back? It went zip when it moved and bop when it stopped. 1, 2, 3. And whir when it stood still. 1, 2, 3. I never knew just what it was. 1, 2, 3. And I guess I never will. 1, 2, 3. That whole refrain sounds like this. It went zip when it moved, and bop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. Now, it goes a little bit faster. When we get to this part of the song, it speeds up. So it's going to go. It went zip when it moved, and bop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. Now I know you might not be ready to go that fast yet, so let's try it a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3. It went zip when it moved, and bop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. And I guess I never will. Let's try and speed it up just a little bit. It went zip when it moved, and bop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. Now remember, every time we get to that part, you can add the motions. So, it went zip when it moved, and bop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. Now, the first part of the song is called the verse. This is the story. When I was just a wee little child, full of health and joy, my father homeward came one night and gave to me a toy. with many colors bright. And the moment I laid eyes on it, it became my heart's delight. It went zip when it moved, and pop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. The first time that I picked it up, I had a big surprise. For right on its bottom were two big buttons that looked like big green eyes. I first pushed one and then the other, and then I twisted its lid. And when I set it down again, here is what it did. Ready? It went zip when it moved, and pop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. Did you have fun? Well, think about a different movement, and maybe this time see if you can try some of the words with me in the verse. Ready? When I was just a wee little child, full of health and joy, my father homeward came one night and gave to me a toy. I wondered to behold it was, with many colors bright. And the moment I laid eyes on it, it became my heart's delight. It went zip when it moved, and pop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. The first time that I picked it up, I had a big surprise. For right on its bottom were two big buttons that looked like big green eyes. I first pushed one and then the other, and then I twisted its lid. When I set it down again, here is what it did. It went zip when it moved, and pop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. And that's the marvelous toy.